Greetings and salutations, everybody. It's Mecha GM. We're back with another episode of Three Men and Anime. I'm joined by my good friends and co-hosts, Eric Carlson and Gav Leaf. How are you gentlemen doing tonight?
Well, I'm not dead yet.
That's something. I'll take it.
I could be, I'm just not sure.
Fair. So, we are covering my most recent series selection, which for one of the few times I've done this, I picked a show I had not watched any of yet.
Ooh.
So we are covering Bocchi the Rock. Basically, a bunch of the other ones that are recent, I at least watched like the first half of it or so. But everything I heard about this had led me to believe, no, this is just going to be an ace pick, no questions. Right. Yeah, no. To get this out of the way, yeah, I think it was. This was really good. So if you want to just get a quick opinion and then watch the show, so we don't spoil anything, yeah, do that.
It's good.
Just go.
Yeah.
The music's really good.
This...
The character designs are cute. The music is really good. It's got a good story. The music is really good.
Yeah.
Did I mention the music's really good?
It actually uses the medium of animation well.
Yes. Lord, it does.
Yeah.
They do weird animation shit in this the way that, like, not to the same level but in sort of the same vein as Mob Psycho does occasionally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was not expecting to start playing with styles of animation in this show.
Yeah.
Well, they even mix in live action quite often.
And the weird mediums changes and stuff. Like, what?
Yeah.
And it's almost always to play out one of the gags that works better if it's not in the traditional animation style. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to preface this whole thing, yes, it's good.
Yes.
Now we're going to spoil the fuck out of it.
Because
I have actually noticed. Just to deviate for a second, not like I do that.
Oh no, never.
I have noticed that Peter, obviously, like you've just said there, this is a show that you'd never watched before. I have noticed, like, and it's not calling anyone out in any way. It's just a case of, like, if Peter picks a show and he's seen a bit of it before, it's probably something he likes and it's going to be good because he wouldn't watch a show he hates again.
Right.
Eric probably would just to inflict it on the others, and I definitely would. So if we come into this seeing it and it's a Peter show, chances are it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Complete tangent. I don't know where that came from, but yeah, this was like
the one exception I can think of is a show I enjoyed, but I was not sure whether Eric would be able to tolerate, and that was Boku no Basket. That was the basketball one.
Yeah.
Jeez, whatever.
Kuroko no Basket. That's what it was.
Kuroko no Basket,
and that was entirely the animation was what killed that for Eric, like completely and fair. I mean, like, it's not his cup of tea, but like the animation killed it for you.
The animation killed it. Like there is no salvaging it with the fucking slideshow. No, I'm sorry.
I
don't care about basketball. I don't care about your show. Your
when we can tell
anime. But
when we can tell that you're moving a camera over a still frame.
Oh my god.
Repeatedly, shot after shot after shot, back to back. It's like, come on, guys.
But at any rate, that is my one big miss, I will say. And I knew going in it might be. Because I think I prefaced by saying, A, I know, Eric, I know the genre is not one that appeals to you. B, I'm not sure. I think the animation's bad, but I admit I was not paying close attention to the animation.
Right.
And it was worse than I remembered it. This show, on the other hand, is not poorly animated.
No.
This show is way better animated than it has any right to be for what it is.
Absolutely. It's you boil it down to its base genre. It's cute girls doing cute things.
Yeah, it is largely it is basically an idol show. It's basically an idol music show. It's a comedic idol music show, except that it's rock and roll. And
they're self-managed, thankfully.
They're self-managed, and all of the... Basically, every member of the band is not just quirky... They're not quirky odd. Some of them are actually genuinely kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
In, not like, oh god, they're horrible ways, but in, oh my god, dear girl, no. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I will say that the descriptor, better than it has any right to be, applies to almost every aspect of this show when you come in looking at it from
Yeah.
the cover. Like the writing, the music,
music's
the character
fucking incredible.
the
Jesus.
character development, the
character design.
Yeah.
the character design, what am I after?
Yeah, they look like they look sort of like moe blobs at first, but as the show goes on, you realize no, they're not really. They're actually there's a lot of thought put into all the characters.
Yep.
They're not just
And
like
importantly,
yeah. Go on.
and importantly for a show like this, how they handle the different issues that each of the band members face.
Yeah.
And this is like when Peter suggested this show, and I looked at the cover and the basic synopsis on the thing, I did not expect to be like a week later saying I am in this show and I don't like it.
Yeah.
We all kind of said that at one point or another.
Oh.
Like Eric's like, no, I'm not a high school girl who playing a rock band. I'm not. Oh fuck.
This show manages to deal with the insecurities and downright mental health issues that many people go through and suffer in high school, and some of us don't tend to don't end up growing out of them.
I mean, some of them aren't really just things you grow out of, but
well, no,
yeah.
or get over. Sorry,
Yeah,
that's probably a better way
yeah.
to put it. Or at the very least, remember going through.
Yeah.
Like there are things that the lead character Bocchi, she
Hitori
has
Goto.
issues. Yeah, Goto. She has issues with she's the ultimate introvert basically.
She's an extreme introvert with social anxiety. Like
yes, and I was watching this show and seeing things that she was doing that I remember doing myself.
Right.
Like she goes to a club and she knows that people are expecting her, but she doesn't want to intrude and impose on them, so she hangs around outside for nearly an hour until somebody opens the door and notices her there. I've done that.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ. This wasn't an anime, it was a therapy session.
I mean, there's something to that, honestly.
Or I shall display my hobby clearly, and then people will walk up to me and start conversations with me about it, right?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Right?
I don't know anything about that.
Nope.
This is a guy wearing a fucking orc shirt.
Oh my god. Yeah, no. I think we all, to some degree or another, empathized and identified a bit with Hitori.
Her name is Bocchi.
Fair enough. I'm very much an introvert. I wouldn't say I have social anxiety, but I'm not good with getting to know people quickly, shall we say.
Yeah. The only reason I have any ability to speak to people randomly is just because I've spent 20 years in retail and customer service.
Right. I mean,
I
think I've said this before. I don't know if I've said this on this show, but I know I said it on back when Eric and I did Surly Grognards. The only reason I'm at all functional socially is because I fell into Dungeons and Dragons when I was 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
And that literally gave me tools to interact with people at all.
Oh yeah, I to this day can't, if I sit in a room with people, I will just sit in the side and be quiet. I don't initiate conversation. I am an NPC. I am absolutely an NPC. If you want a conversation with me, you start it. And then there's no guarantee that I'm going to hold it either. I have five. Yeah. I have 5 options. Once they're exhausted, go away and talk to somebody else. You're just going to get the leave option. That's it.
At any rate, though, so yeah, Bocchi, Hitori Goto, later to be known as Bocchi, is a first year in high school, I think. Yeah, she's just left middle school.
Yes. That
because
was the whole point.
So yeah, basically, when she was young, she was very introverted. Very introverted.
Yeah.
And watching TV with her dad, there's an interview with this rock band, and their lead guitarist talked about how he was, he was very happy that he got into music because, he was an extreme introvert when he was younger, and this gave him a tool, being a guitarist gave him a tool to shine and go out in the world and to do things and to meet people and such. And Hitori is like, oh my god, that's perfect. Dad's got a guitar. Dad, can I borrow your guitar and try to play music? And her dad was like, yeah, sure. So she took the guitar and went into her closet and spent the next 6 years learning to play lead guitar.
She succeeded.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I mean, she mentioned she basically all her free time was teaching herself to play guitar.
Yeah, you know that whole thing about if you spend 10,000 hours doing anything, you'll master it?
Yeah.
That's basically what she did.
Yeah.
Yeah, she and so she started uploading her covers of stuff to YouTube, to Japanese YouTube equivalent. I forget the actual. There's a video uploading site in Japan that's not YouTube. That's something similar. I forget what it's called.
I kind of got the impression it was very much like whatever that was, but with the serial number.
Oh, it is. No, that is entirely,
Yeah, they do that a lot in this show. I'm pretty sure the search engine they use is like Boogle or something like that.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Oh, they do that all the time in anime, but...
Boggles, yeah.
So, yeah, she uploaded...
McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly. She uploaded stuff, her videos, under the name Guitar Hero, and developed a very large following on there, and a lot of people absolutely loved her guitar playing, and someone mentioned, I would really love to see you play live sometime, and she's like, actually see you play, and she's like, wait, to do that I need a band. Oh no, wait, that'd be a perfect way for me to actually make my debut in high school. Yes. How the hell do I get people to? Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna dress up like all this rock and roll paraphernalia stuff, and I'll bring CDs and such, and people come talk to me about it. And that didn't work. I know. I'll bring my guitar with me, and people ask me questions about the guitar because why would a high school girl come in with an electric guitar strapped to her back?
That didn't work.
No. Well, sort of. Hitori gets incredibly lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, she escapes the introverted lifestyle in the only way that true introverts can.
Oh yeah, pretty much. An extrovert
finds her and adopts
yes.
her. Yes.
She is sitting in the park with the guitar in her back. She sits there, sees this guy sitting. This scene's absolutely beautiful. She's an old, sort of a middle-aged salaryman sitting there in the park, and she's like, yes, I empathize with you. This is where all lonely people come to sit here and just say. And then his family comes and take him away, and he's all happy. She's like, I'm just a snail, aren't I? At which point, a young blonde girl by the name of Nijika comes running up, walks by, sees her, and says, wait, do you play guitar? And Hitori's like, yeah. Could you please come with me? I have a huge favor to ask. She's like, what? I'm in a band. Our guitarist bailed on us. Could you come play? Could you play with us? I don't care how good you are. We just need someone to play guitar. And Hitori sort of gets pulled along in Nijika's wake.
He's absolutely railroaded.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's in that typical style. It's like she's absolutely terrified of what might happen. And if she was left to her own choices, she probably wouldn't have gone ahead with it.
Well, if I remember correctly, she's doing that internal monologue thing, like, "Wow, I really want to do this, but I don't know if I can." And then realize they're about halfway to the club at this point.
Yes, it's one of those things. Again, it's that same thing. I recognize it myself. It's like she absolutely wants to say yes and do this and go for it, but she's absolutely terrified.
Right.
And the only reason she actually manages to do it is because somebody's dragging her along.
Right. Oh man! So they get to the club, and where she's introduced to. So Nichika is the band's drummer, and she's introduced to Ryo Yamada, who is their bassist. Ryo's a treat, by the way.
Ryo's just Ryo.
Yes, she is.
So
she's hilarious.
Yeah, I Rio's basically Wednesday Addams if she were an anime girl.
Yeah,
and wore something besides black.
Kinda, but I think she does it as much for her, not to say she's putting on an image, but she does it as much just to get a rise out of people.
Oh no, she is screwing with people constantly.
Yeah, she's absolutely fucking with people.
Yeah.
By the way, both bassists we see in the show are are delightful gremlins in their own way.
Yes.
Yes.
Ryo's
I've
less
got
of
a
a
feeling
gremlin
bassist-
and more of a goblin, really, but...
I've got a feeling that like band members have different reputations in Japan than they do in the West, because the drummer's the responsible one, the bassist is the gremlin.
So yeah, they're saying, well, okay, and so they basically like so they get together to practice, and so Bocchi's like, okay, great, I'll play along. Maybe I could just show off my guitar skills and such. And they play for a bit. They're like, wow, you suck. And she's like, what? And they're like, don't worry about it. Like, you've never played with us before. You have no idea how to play with us. That's totally okay, and it doesn't really matter for tonight. Bocchi is not sure how to handle this, shall we say?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's about.
Because the one and only thing she's confident in is that she can actually play guitar.
Yeah, she's completely out of her comfort zone. She's about to go out in front of supposedly an audience, and then she's told she's not good.
Well, that's not fair. Mango Mask is told that they're not good.
You're correct. She is hiding in an empty mango box. You are correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
That she plays from inside the mango box on stage, which honestly is a bit of a gets at people like, what on earth is going on? And she does do better on stage than she did in the rehearsal. And they're all like, yeah, that was not the best show for any of us. That's fine. Yeah, we sucked tonight. That's okay. That happens. We should go get something to eat. It's like, what? You're not angry with me for screwing up? No! You saved our ass! Do you want to play with us like full time as our actual guitarist? We don't have a guitarist anymore. They disappeared. Wait, I could be in a band. But she accepts. She actually accepts, despite minor meltdown.
Bocchi's meltdowns are...
They are simultaneously absolutely hilarious, brilliantly animated, and also kind of like... I'm trying to think of the right word for it. Like, they actually really...
relatable.
Yeah, they also... They really do get across, like it's not... They're not just... They're not just playing her condition for laughs is the thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, it's very clear she has problems, and they're doing this to make it more lighthearted. But while it is always hilarious what they do with them, because...
And honestly, like, they are just a visual absurdist treat.
Absolutely. But on top of that, you actually, like, they make you empathize with her.
Yeah. They use humor to display the issue she's having, but it's never laughing at her. It's never mean.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
That's one thing I absolutely adore about this show is never mean. Like, at least so far it hasn't been. Like, I will say, this is, by the way, I found out it is based on a manga, so there's more story out there of this. We were wondering at the end whether there'd be more or not. And now I'm kind of hoping they do another season. But yeah, so basically the rest of the show is largely the band developing. Bocchi has a real issue with a lot of sort of the Japanese pop music being about happy-go-lucky, all this stuff. And Bocchi is like, life is not happy-go-lucky. Everyone falls in love with it. No, there's darkness too, and that's the only thing I really can write about.
Yeah,
and that doesn't jive with the band of like girls like us. And Ryo is just like, dude, that's awesome. I want to write music because Ryo's their songwriter, and she's like, dude, no, write those lyrics. Write the lyrics you want to write. I will write music for it. It'll fucking kick ass. And like the contrast between cute girls singing about this sort of dark and these darker, less upbeat stuff.
We also haven't talked about the vocalist yet.
Yeah, we should talk about her. You're right.
Yeah,
but
just to touch on that before we go. I mean, the whole thing with that is because Ryo was part of the band previously.
Yeah.
And almost quit music because she was the lyricist for her old band who wanted to start essentially selling out. They wanted to stop writing their truth, stop doing songs that actually matter to them, and just writing things that would appeal to the masses.
Right, and and Rio was not there for that. So hearing someone talk about wanting to do lyrics like that was like, she's like, yes, 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 you are my lyricist, yes. So, we are introduced to the final member of the band, Ikuyo Rikita. Ikuyo, she is she is a class. She is in the same school as Bocchi, different class though, and she sort of overhears Bocchi.
Maximum extrovert.
Oh yeah. She stumbles across Bocchi, who's hiding in a stairwell somewhere in school, just playing guitar.
Yeah,
and she's like, "Oh my God, you're amazing! Could you teach me?" And Bocchi's like, but what? I mean, okay. And so she spends some time teaching her, and mentions that she's got to go to her band thing and wants to bring her along. It's like, I forget exactly why she decided to bring Ikuyo. Oh right, she wanted to bring her along. Like, maybe you could be like the lead singer for a band. You like to sing. I've heard you singing in the hallways and such. She's like, yes. She's always going to karaoke and stuff. And she's like, well, maybe it's such. So they're going along. She's like, so where are we going? Oh, we're going to. I forget the name of the club. Hang on. Starry. And Ikuyo was like, Starry. Maybe I shouldn't go along with you. Maybe this isn't the right.
Nope, can't go there. Bad idea.
Yeah.
So you know that guitarist that bailed on them?
Yeah, it was Ikuyo, and she basically oversold her guitar skills. In that she can't play guitar. She couldn't play guitar.
It turns out she's a Rio fangirl.
Yes.
From the previous band and followed her.
Fangirl, he's got the least subtle, most overwhelming crush on Rio.
Oh my God, yes.
Kind of adorable.
It is yes.
But to get into the band, she basically knew they needed a guitarist, told them she could play guitar, and on their first rehearsals, just like strummed one note, realized she couldn't do it, put the guitar down and left.
Yeah. She's like,
just bailed on him.
But they're okay with her singing, and if she's learning rhythm guitar from Bocchi, well, sure, I guess. Like we're all kind of learning to something. Well, except Rio, she knows what she's doing. And so they've got the extreme expert, and the other, like, for what I was going to say about Kita, she can sing.
Yes.
And she learns to play guitar pretty well over the course of the show. She's actually quite good by the final episode. Like, to the point where she can basically buy Hitori time when something goes wrong on stage.
She throws in a little improv solo at the end just to buy some time. Yeah.
It's like, well done, girl.
But yeah, you see the four of them basically coming together and realizing their different strengths and weaknesses. Mm-hmm. Like, Bocchi wants absolutely nothing to do with any part of the the outward part of the band. Even when she's asked to go sell tickets, and we'll come to that in a moment. But like, she likes to write lyrics. She likes to help with the rehearsal. She does the she helps teach the others to play guitar, all that kind of stuff. Whereas, I'm sorry, I haven't got a list of the names up. Rio tends to be the she's the actual musician. She's the one that does the actual music. The drummer, again, sorry, I've not got the names. I'll get them in a moment. The drummer is the organizer that tries to get everything working together, and the vocalist ends up being the social media manager. She's the one that knows all the shit about oh, well, we need band photos. We need this, that, and the other. We need a social media presence. We need to build fans and awareness. And they all kind of just drop into their own little roles.
Yep.
Apart from Bocchi trying to find a reason for everyone to hate her and push her out because that's what.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah. Oh my god. So yeah, so after their first little thing, they need to they want to play it. They actually want to perform on stage at Starry, and the manager, who is Nijika's sister, big sister. Nijika's like, so yeah, we'd love to actually make it like an actual debut. And she's like, no, you did that thing that was just a one time thing. Like, I don't know you guys as a band. Like, I can't just put you on for an actual show. You got to prove to me that you can do this. And they're all like, fuck. Right. So
The thing is as well though that the her sister is it Seika?
I think so.
Yeah, looks like it's got the same surname anyway. Yeah, so her older sister was like, we find out later that she was part of the band as well, so she knows her music.
Oh yeah.
And during that first play, just for an instant, just for a moment, she catches sight of basically what Bocchi can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can tell that she's been keeping an eye on her this entire time building up to this.
Yep.
No, like with a suspicion, with an inkling of like, hang on, this one's got something.
Yeah.
She's just not showing it. And the thing is, I love about her is she's the most standoffish, couldn't give a shit, supportive role model I've ever seen.
Yeah.
No, she's great.
She is definitely like my work here is done, but you haven't done anything. Haven't I?
I think it's no, she actually has.
It honestly really helps that her goth girlfriend is also her translator.
Yes. Who's never named.
Yeah. But it's like, well, now I know what kind of band you guys are. Oh, so we don't get it? You said she knows what kind of band you guys are. She's going to set up a date. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. She gets you. That's a good thing.
That's a really good thing. There's a fair number of people in the show who are not exactly what they seem like at first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Including the manager of the other club they end up going to briefly, who is very much the classic sort of Japanese punk rocker type, who is the biggest softie ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is very much that. He is the classic punk, the classic punk rocker who is a complete sweetheart, unless you're a racist fuck, in which case he'll stomp you out.
Yeah.
When they meet him and he does the typical like looking down his nose kind of, what the fuck do you want kind of thing, and it's like, oh, these are the guys I told you about. Oh, you're that band. Oh god, you guys are great. It's like...
He's got an image to maintain until he doesn't have to.
Yeah, exactly. Oh dear.
But yeah, so once they get they get the slide, so they finish writing their first actual song. Bocchi writes the lyrics, and there's that whole thing about she's like, I don't know if I can write the right type of lyrics for a band like us, and like she actually managed to get out, or sort of stumbling over words like what type of music song she wants to write, and that's where Rio's like, no, do that. I can work with that.
Don't give me any half-assed, wishy-washy, what you think people want to hear shit. Just write what you think, write your truth.
Yeah. And like Bocchi's like, well, here's what I would like, here's what I think. And Rio sits and reads it's like, oh, this kicks ass. Oh, I like this. Oh. With Kita singing this, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine a normie singing this?
Yeah.
I think that was the exact phrase.
Yes. It's like, oh.
Oh, dude.
It's sort of like the inverse of when I'm in love.
Yeah.
It's like, you look at the most gothy, sort of, depressed looking band in existence, The Cure, and then they sing Friday I'm in Love, and you're like, wait, what's going on? By the way, I love The Cure, but
Yeah.
Robert Smith is amazing. He just does not look like the person who should be singing that song.
Yeah.
It's the exact opposite of that. So they do the thing. Now they have to basically pre-sell enough tickets to cover the cost of putting them on. And they have to sell like a few tickets each, basically. Not that many. It's like 5, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like I think they state they're basically doing like it's a not a variety show, but it's like
yeah,
loads of bands. Everyone gets 3 songs, so you don't have to sell that many tickets yourself. Just cover a few.
Yeah, basically just cover operating costs of your set. Not a big deal.
Right. And so, Bocchi's there, but I gotta sell 5 tickets. Well, there's mom and dad,
little sister,
my little sister, and grandma. Fuck.
And the dog.
The dog. That's fine. Right? We can do it. I can do it. We can't bring the dog to the show. Damn it. Also, turns out grandma can't. It turns out that we couldn't get a babysitter, so we can't bring the kid to this or your little sister to the show because she's too young to go to the club. Shit. And grandma can't come because we couldn't find a sitter, so grandma will have to sit. We have to find 3 tickets. No.
Enter the alcoholic.
Yeah. So she's out looking, trying to find people to do stuff, and she's utterly failing. She's got her guitar with her, and this woman, this drunk woman, comes up to her and starts talking to her. And it turns out she's a bassist, and sees what Bocchi's doing, and she's like, "Okay, can you actually play that?" And Bocchi's like, "A little." All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put on a street show. Show me what you can do. I'll play alongside you. I got my bass over here. And and we should be able to get enough attention. At least a couple people might be interested in buying your tickets. It's worth a try, right? And Butch's like, I guess so.
It's fine.
Again, drags her along, mentally kicking and screaming.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the important part is actually gets her to perform a street show.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's got her eyes closed the entire time.
Right. Bocchi starts playing, and Bocchi starts being Bocchi. She starts being Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
And the bassist is like, oh shit, this is gonna be fun.
The thing with it is, though, the way that she does it, and it's actually a really clever little way of doing it, and as someone who has attempted to overcome their shyness and thing by being up on stage, I did have a very shit and non-financially gratuitous. No, what's the word I'm after?
Rewarding?
So, yes, non-financially rewarding singing career. She lost herself in the bassist basically backing her up. She was actually like she drowned out everything else. The audience wasn't there, but she was paying attention to the bassist beside her, saying, "Oh wow, she's really good. She's keeping up with what I'm doing." She lost herself in the music, forgot everything else, and fucking played.
Yep.
That works. Trust me. You know why stage lights are so bright?
So you can't.
It's not so the audience can see the act. It's so the act can't see the audience.
And so Bocchi opens her eyes and sees there's a crowd listening, and there are 2 girls who are completely like, "Oh my god, this girl's incredible."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Wait, you got tickets for your show? We'd love to buy one each, please." And she's like, "Okay." And then the bass is like, "No, I'm buying the 3rd one."
Yeah, that's what
No, I'm coming. I'm going to see you play because that was good, girl. I like it. I hope the rest of your band's anywhere near as good as you are.
How much are the tickets? $10. Cool. Can I borrow $10? Because apparently that's a thing with bassists in Japan. Never loan money to a bassist. You will never see it again.
Well, to be fair, on the plus side, at least Seika actually starts demanding Ryo actually pay Bocchi back.
Both of them.
Yes. Yeah, both pay. She's like, no, both of you.
Both.
You're both paying her back. But no. Oh.
One of Ryo's traits is that she's got a rich family, but she's always broke. She always burns her money on stupid shit.
I think the line is, what was it she said, like when we find out that I've forgotten her name now. I had it a moment ago. Chikuri.
Yeah.
We find out that Kukuri was actually a junior of Seika.
Yeah.
And like they know each other. And when they come back to the bar, they're all like, "Oh God, what are you hanging around with her for?" And it's like, and they find out, and she goes, "Okay, how much money does she owe you?" And to Bocchi's credit, it's like she doesn't owe me anything. Emphasis on the she. And without saying a word, Seika's like, Rio.
I love Seika. But yeah, Rio blows her money on like bases and stuff.
Yeah. She's an impulse buyer of very specific things. And she never has any money for anything else. Including food half the time.
So yeah, so they get to put on their concert, they're opening for a different act, and there are a bunch of people there to see the other act. And they're like, "Oh well, why are we here? We don't care about this band. We should not bother showing up until after this band." And they start off kind of not on par and such.
Yeah,
Bocchi knows that we're not like no one's like here like on like no one's playing the way they as well as they normally do. What's going on? I don't understand.
Yeah, they mentioned the drums are slow, the bass is a little off. The vocals are fine, but obviously the guitar's suffering because she's not experienced yet.
Right.
It's the first time performing.
So
and like just for the sheer balls of it from this character, this massive introvert, they're about to go into the second song and they can hear people. She can hear people in the crowd saying, you know, shall we just bail or go take a break and come back later when there's something good on? And rips into this fucking amazing solo. I'm
gonna do she just rips into an intro solo for the next song.
Yeah.
And like, and she starts tailing she tails it right into where the song would normally begin, and like, the rest of the band's like, right, let's get it together.
Yeah.
She gives them a kick in the pants, and they respond.
Yeah.
And like the audience is all like, wait, what?
And the best part about it, the manager is like at the bar at the back, and she just looks at it, and like, here we go.
Seika's yes, that is who I thought. That is the guitarist I thought you might be. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Wait, could she maybe be better than that even?
Yeah.
One of the other little ongoing plot things is one of the things that Nijika mentions, the drummer, is that she's a big fan of Guitar Hero. The YouTuber, and eventually after this show wraps up, like Bocchi comes outside to find her, because Nijika's sort of chilling outside a bit, and she's like, "By the way, you're Guitar Hero, aren't you?" And Bocchi's like, no." It's like, no, I get it. Don't worry. So yeah. And so they basically do a whole bunch of stuff. There's the next big milestone for them is that there's the cultural festival at school, at Bocchi's school, and like Bocchi, like there's a music section. Bocchi's like, well, we could sign the band up and we could play that, but no, I can't do that. No. And she freaks out and passes out. She's got the form with her, and like Kita basically finds her in the infirmary because they become friends at school at this point. Like Bocchi has an actual friend at school now. Because Kita's decided she's my friend. I'm totally gonna hang out with her now. Yeah, she won't come with this karaoke. I understand how Bocchi works.
I do like as the show develops and Bocchi's breakdowns, they to a degree they start to get really serious.
Yeah.
But they know all they have to do is look after her and let her get on with things and work through things in her own way and make sure she's safe.
Yeah.
Like she blacks out for hours in some cases. Just lost in her own mind.
Yep. But they make sure she's okay, and
Yeah. Hell, at one point they take advantage of it, throw her over her shoulder, and take her to the beach.
Yeah. Like, no, we're going to the beach. We're going to because they know that one thing Bocchi wanted to do was hang out with her. Like they find out like Bocchi's been basically keeping herself available to hang out with the band outside of band time, and they're all like, well, why didn't Shay didn't say anything to us? Like, ask us to hang out. And they're like, wait, no, this is Bocchi. She said she's made sure she's free. Oh, we're fucking idiots.
But no one actually invited her out because they didn't think she'd want to join in.
Like, but it's entirely, they all have that moment of, oh, we are fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Of course she's not going to ask us. Duh.
Well, what about you, Rio? Weren't you hanging out with her? I thought you guys had it handled.
I was just back at home, like, playing the bass and shit. Like,
yeah. I mean, to be fair to Rio, that is absolutely her. That's not here. Yeah, I don't want to stress that. That's not her fobbing Bocchi off on the other two. That's just her. She does disappear and go off on her own. She socializes.
Well, she is also an introvert. Like,
yes. I actually that's something I want to talk about is the important distinction between, like, because we have two extroverts and two introverts, and like you have Bocchi, who desperately wants to be friends and hang out with people but can't get over her social anxiety, and Rio, who's very much a loner. She'll hang out with her friends on occasion, but she's also happy just doing her own shit on her own.
Yeah.
No, she very much enjoys spending time with Nichiko, who's her best friend, and she really likes Bocchi. Like, she's come to really like Bocchi also, and she likes Kita, but not to the level Kita likes her.
Yeah.
The difference is Bocchi is the sort that would like to be an extrovert but can't handle it.
Yeah.
Rio is perfectly happy by keeping her circle of friends small.
Yeah.
She doesn't, want so much interaction.
I mean,
she's happy to in her own time, in her own space, and.
But yeah, she is just an introvert who enjoys her alone time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas Bocchi is. It's not just that she wants to spend time. She is got really bad. She's really, really introverted, and she, as I said, she has crippling social anxieties. I mean, like,
yeah, I'm going to say the differential to me is that Rio is a mindset and an attitude kind of thing, and Bocchi's is actually a mental health issue.
Oh yeah, no, it is.
Yes.
I mean, that's the social anxiety part of it, really. I mean,
yeah.
Like, legitimately. I mean, and again, like, and Nijika and Kita are different types of extrovert also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Kita's very much like the social butterfly. She's just like out there. She knows everybody. She like she hangs out with everybody, but like a lot of it's very shallow, except for a very close set of friends.
Right.
Yeah.
While what's her face?
Nijika.
Nijika is basically just like a big bouncy fun ball who just wants to drag all her friends off to do crazy weird shit.
Yeah,
she's the instigator. She's the organizer.
Yeah.
Like she's the ones that make sure everything's everything's done. She's the one that's not afraid to go up to people and say, "Hey, we're doing this. Come on, we need you."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, she's also very. They're all very conscious. Like, she's very good at reading what her friends need from her. Also,
yes.
Usually, she misses occasions with Bocchi, but she's just not used to her yet. Like, Kita gets Bocchi more quickly because she spends more time with her, basically, at school.
We do get to the point where they're like, "Oh, Bocchi's gone again."
Yeah,
that should be fine.
She actually gets them kind of sucked into her things a couple of times too, and it's hilarious when it happens.
They play along with her. It's like, oh,
yeah.
Also,
Bocchi's little sister is adorable.
Yeah.
And her dad is awesome.
The weird.
Both
this
her
is
parents are great,
again.
But, like, her dad is like super awesome.
This is why I like seeing how they handle this sort of stuff, because like Bocchi's family know what she's like, but you also get to see, at least in the early part of it and throughout really, you get to see Bocchi. You get to see the actual girl. You get to see herself interacting with her parents, with her family, with her sister, as a normal person, because that's in her comfort zone. That's what she can handle. That's what she's used to.
Yep.
She does have moments where she disappears into her closet, because that's where she likes to hide, because it's small, closed, easy to control. It's her own little space. Yep. But you see an actual teenage girl interacting with her family as meant to be, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then the second that door opens as she goes outside, you just, it's heartbreaking.
It is. But like, it's very sweet how like incredibly supportive her family is, and how also how much her sister adores her.
Yes.
It's very cute. Like, her sister asked Bocchi to teach her to play guitar. She's like, I can't do. She's like, my sister is awesome. She can spend so much time just working on learning how to play guitar. I don't have the patience to do that. I gotta spend time with my friends and go outside and do all this stuff. And my sister can focus on this one thing inside in her closet. It's amazing. It's like, oh, sweetie.
Well, I'm gonna say that's the thing. It's like, she sees it as an awesome thing. Bocchi sees it as a negative.
Right, and it's a little in between.
Yeah.
Like, neither's completely right is the thing. Like,
yeah. Like I say, how they handle this condition.
Yeah.
Because it is a condition. How they handle this with her, and as I say, the psyches of all 4 members of the band, it's really well. It's respectfully done more than anything.
I'd agree. But yeah, so Kita finds Bocchi in the infirmary. And like Bocchi's been desperate to not tell her what happened, or like the form and such. And Bocchi's like, okay, Kita's gone. I'm just gonna throw the form out. We're not. I can't do this. We can't do this. That's a terrible idea. It'd be terrible. No. I don't want to drag them into this sort of thing. This is my thing, and that whatever. Yeah, Kita comes back and goes, and there's the form that Bocchi had cleared in her hand, and yep, we're totally gonna submit this because that'll be awesome. And I totally know she clearly Bocchi must have thrown this out by mistake. I know Bocchi threw it intentionally, but I really want to do this.
But I want to play in front of everybody.
And like when she actually eventually confesses to Bocchi about like, yeah, I know you intended to throw it out, but I really wanted to do this. And Bocchi's like, no, I did too. It just I freaked out. So they do get to put on the show. And it goes pretty darn well. They also have the whole like culture festival, and like Bocchi's class does like a maid cafe thing.
Yeah.
And the band gets roped into it. And like, so, Nijika and Kita are absolutely adorable in their maid outfits. Ryo gets dressed up in a butler's outfit and is amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Bocchi's freaking adorable because she is. Like, she doesn't think, she's like convinced she's not. And everyone's like, no, Bocchi's...
Yeah, and Ryo just doing the whole like, I will step on you thing in the butler outfit.
It's great.
To the fucking burly bikers that try and bike the way in as well. Turns out big leather daddy bikers are just softies at heart,
But yeah, Bocchi disappears. They're like, oh god, where can Bocchi be? We gotta get ready for the show. And like, Kita's just like, oh no, we're looking in the wrong areas. We gotta look for somewhere damp, dark, well hidden, away from everybody. And they're like,
basically wherever you'd find a slug.
Go outside. Like, there's Bocchi and some slugs. Oh, Bocchi, get up. We gotta go on. We gotta perform. What? But oh, it's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. So the big problem is that right before her big solo in the second song, which they basically added this big solo for Bocchi to show off, she breaks a string. Not only breaks a string, she breaks a peg on the tuning peg on.
Yeah, they mentioned that the guitar she's been using, her dad's guitar, is an old guitar, and it's not really been maintained at all. And of course, it happens to be during the big performance that it decides to give up the ghost.
Yep.
And so Bocchi's like, "Oh God, what am I going to do?" And
she's having trouble beforehand. Like during the first song, she can't quite get the string tuned, so she's fiddling with it, and it just ping.
And everyone, and the rest, and like the bands are like, "Bocchi's off. What's going on?" And they're not realizing like Bocchi's like trying desperately to keep the guitar in like tune.
Yeah.
And it breaks, and Kita basically does the improv like we mentioned to buy Bocchi time to do something. Bocchi's like, "Oh my God, Kita's amazing. What the? Wait, what? There's a bottle. Right, I can play slide. That'll make up for the lack of tuning." And like in the audience is like sort of they're enjoying it. They're mostly high school students and not really super, but like, both blank the name Seika and the bassist Kukuri are both there, and Kukuri's like, oh, they're both like, oh God, how is she gonna save this? Like, it's like, oh no, this is terrible for her. And she picks up the bottle, and they're both like, oh, that's smart. And she does a bit of a slide guitar solo. Not as long as she was originally planning, but like gets them through the song. And like they're just like, that is fucking brilliant. And it sounds great because, she's really good. And she kind of, it's all wonderful. But then she like has a freak out with her dad because she broke her dad's guitar, and his dad's like, "Sweetie, it's an old guitar. It's fixable. Also, it's not a real problem. But you know what you really should do is we really should get you your own guitar." And Bo's like, "Yeah, but those are really expensive." Yeah, well, you actually have about 200,000 yen. What? Well, see, I monetized the YouTube channel that you were doing uploading the Guitar Hero stuff to because it's the family channel. And I figured, probably since you're getting so many views, we probably should just monetize it, and I'll set aside the money for you for whatever. So here's your money.
It's like
what?
It's such a fucking Bocchi move. It's like, she's just been uploading her videos and just putting them up for free on the family's YouTube channel or whatever. Sure, whatever. And her dad's like, "Hey, wait a minute, these are getting views. Monetize."
And just setting this money aside for Bocchi for when she needed it. And he's like,
"Yep,
you need it now. You're gonna get yourself a new guitar."
Yes.
And so like, Ryo's like, "Oh no, I know where to take you."
There's a great little scene in this section with
they're all at the shop, and like the sales clerk is very, very nice, very friendly, very outgoing, comes up to Bocchi to see what she needs. And like Bocchi is utterly freaking out because person I don't know talking to me, and the person the sales clerk is convinced, but like, oh, she needs to look like she's new, and it's like, no, she's not. No, she needs a real guitar.
Yeah.
No, she's not learning. She could probably teach you a thing or two.
She knows what she's doing. She's got all the extra stuff. She just needs a guitar.
She doesn't need the preamp. She just needs a guitar. She broke a peg on her old guitar. It's like, oh. So she acquires a very nice guitar, and they manage to not let Ryo trick her to using some of her money on a bass for Ryo or something like that.
Yeah.
We've got this extra money.
I really like
this.
No. But it's such a good bass. No.
There's a great little bit when Nijika's trying to like chime in, but she has absolutely no clue because all the fucking the string jockeys are there talking shop, and she can't find anything to hit.
Yes.
This isn't a shop for me.
I feel like a gorilla.
I swear. I mean, we know like mine and all of our musical tastes. I swear, there's more than one reference to some notable real life all female band, shall we say, in this show.
Yeah, there's definitely some. I definitely think there's. I think someone in the writing staff might know a few Japanese all female rock bands. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Well, like I said, there's the bit with the maid cafe.
Yeah.
Where someone says, "Wow, this is a really good look for you guys," and you see Nijika like have a thought to the side for a moment, then shake it off. It's like, yeah, all right, we've all seen Bandmaid, fucking hell. I mean, even that quote about I feel like a gorilla. That's what they used to call Akane.
No, that's not what they used to call her. They still call Akane a gorilla.
Yeah, they still call her a gorilla.
But at any rate, that's basically where the show ends, really.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit of I wouldn't say a flat ending, but it's kind of it kind of just tails off. I kind of would like to see more. Doesn't need to be more, but I would kind of
there
like
is more, so if it adapts well, cool.
So I will say one little last thing that they do at the end. She's got the new guitar. She's there about to start practicing at home and looks back at her dad's old guitar on the stand. And starts profusely apologizing to it. I'm not replacing you. It's just, this is mine and your dad's. And it's like, I am in this show and I don't like it. Finding attachment in inanimate objects is like the guitar is not upset with you.
All right. I guess we basically should move into final thoughts because, I mean, there's not much else to talk. Like, there's like it's not a deep, super like complicated show, right?
No.
Yeah.
But like it very much does have a lot of depth and heart to it. So, so I guess we get the final thoughts. Eric, then Gav, then me. So take it away, Eric. Your thoughts. Your final thoughts.
So this is actually a very good show, and despite the window dressing of cute girls doing cute things, which is not a genre I generally enjoy too much, it's really a show about different types of extroverts and introverts, like getting together and doing stuff together, and like showcasing their various foibles, like concentrating mostly on Bocchi and her extreme social anxiety.
Yeah.
And yeah, and that's very well done. It's hilarious, but like Peter said, it never feels like it's laughing at her. And it's another one of those shows that really uses the medium of animation well, because it will like, it's not afraid to go off model when it's appropriate or funny. It does stuff that you just can't do in live action. It's even just, yeah, I really like it for that reason, plus the previous one stated, plus it's well written, plus I like the characters, plus, you know, the music doesn't suck. Like all of these things.
Yeah.
Like I like the show for all of these reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good show. You should watch it.
Yeah, I think I think like Eric said, you know, the best way to describe it is the window dressing does not. I mean, much like the music, like the whole theme of the music, it's like the window dressing makes you think it's going to be one thing, but the message underneath is actually very different.
Yes, exactly.
And like, if this was a show about skinny dudes in leather trench coats that never smiled, it'd be, you know, hailed as an in-depth investigation into the psyche of, you know, teenagers finding an outlet and all that kind of crap, rather than, oh look, it's cute Moya blobs doing things. No, there's a deep show under here. It's not dense. You know, it spends more time exploring those, you know, those character traits, the problems that these girls all have, and they do all have problems. You know, even the extroverts have their issues.
Yeah,
but obviously, like you say, Bocchi is the focus, and I do think at points they start to go a little bit extreme with her breakdowns. But again, as someone who's been there, that's exactly how big they feel.
Right.
You know, when you're having one of those kind of anxiety attacks, there is an actual tidal wave could happen, and you would welcome it.
Yeah. No, it's how over the top they get with the animation for it's sort of like how over top the animations for when anything goes wrong for the girls in Nichijou.
Yeah.
And that's sort of a really way they represent how it feels as a kid when things go badly for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how it's like the world is ending for you right now. And it's not like that big. But like it's similar to that.
But yeah, it's like it overblows as they say, a normie looking in. It overblows and might seem like it's going too far, but when you realize that it's not indicating what's actually happening with her as such, it's what's going on inside her. And that's how big these issues are for her. It's not just a case. This is the biggest thing of somebody who has dealt with depression or is dealing with. It's not a case of her being sad,
right,
or not being able to make friends, or not holding a conversation. It's an internal issue that overtakes you.
Mm.
There is no rationalizing it. It's something happens and you have a panic attack. It's like. And like I say, I know I've said it 3 or 4 times now, but the way they handle that in this show is at the very least respectful. And I think actually does a very good job of diving in and saying that, yeah, from her point of view, it's the end of the world. But by having actual friends around you that understand that and outwardly show that you're not a burden to them.
Right.
will actually help and pull people through that. It's the ones that don't have that kind of outlet that end up being left behind, that end up struggling.
Right.
And I am in this show and I don't like it.
Yeah, I gotta echo everything both Gav and Eric said. This show it's really good. Like it's just really good, and it's got so much heart and so much more depth than it looks like at first. And as I want to be abundantly clear, as I said, the show it's not laughing at Bocchi at all, but it is still genuinely funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I want to make this clear. This is not like depressing. No, the show is fun. Like,
the show is fucking hilarious. Honestly.
It is hilarious. It is heartwarming. It is. I'm so glad I watched the show. Like, I'm genuinely happy we watched the show. It's so much fun. I really, really recommend this show, especially if you like rock and roll. Like all that. Like, I'm like everything else we talked about are all excellent reasons to watch the show. But like, legitimately, if you care about, like, if you love rock and roll, this show you're going to enjoy the show too, because like, it's not just that the music's good. It's like, because it's about music too. Like, it's, and I love that about it. It's about so many different things all at once, and it does that really well, and I really appreciate that. So yeah, I would say we all highly recommend the show, and if you haven't seen it, go watch it. What are you doing? Why are you listening to us now? Go watch it.
Yeah.
Go watch the show.
You should have finished this about an hour ago.
Hit like, subscribe to the channel, etc. Then go watch Bocchi the Rock. Like, seriously.
Validate us.
Then come back and tell us what you thought.
Yes.
Tell us how much
screw the algorithm. The algorithm is the devil. Ignore it. Ignore the algorithm.
I don't care about the algorithm. I want to hear what you guys think of, how much you like the show as much as we do. Like, come on.
Yes.
Tell us why we're right.
Okay, fine. I still think we should set the algorithm on fire.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But
screw you and your data harvesting.
Yeah, fair. At any rate, that's going to do it for this episode. I think we've covered the Bocchi the Rock. I'm hoping they do another season. I'm hoping it does well enough to get another season.
It is fairly recent, isn't it?
It is. Oh yeah, it came out last season, I believe.
It was this season, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, but thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, or listening, I guess. But etc. We'll be back in the next episode whenever we finish watching, whatever we watch next. Eric, have you decided what your pick is next?
I've been thinking about a few things, but I think we're gonna go with the giant corporations data harvesting and go with Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Ah, so we're doing something that's not technically anime, but fuck it, we don't care.
No, it's Studio Trigger. It is in fact.
Oh, you're right.
Anime.
It is Trigger. Yep. You're right. I forgot that. Nope. It's anime.
Yeah. CD Projekt Red threw a lot of money at Trigger.
Yeah.
I forgot that.
And
So we'll be doing Cyberpunk Edge Runner. That's a bit of a shift in tone.
It'll be fine.
A little bit.
They both have cute girls doing cute things. Just one has more guns.
That's gonna do it, folks.
Giant mecha fists.
Eric's type of girl.
Yeah. Oh yes, prepare for an Eric show.
That's gonna do it for this episode, folks. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next time. Until we see you next. See you soon. I forgot what I was gonna say. I've just got my endings all screwed up. I don't care. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Goodbye, humans.
Bye-bye.